Hi, it's Maryam. Welcome to my channel. My channel is for women over 40. I talk about beauty products. I do makeup tutorials, talk about tips and tricks on how to transition to gray hair. So if those are the topics that you like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. When you do subscribe, don't forget to press that bell next to the subscribe button so you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Now today's video is going to be about foundation, drugstore foundations, as you may know from the title of this video. I love my drugstore foundations, but I am very particular about my foundations. It needs to not cling into my fine lines, not cling into my pores and make them look even bigger than they are getting every year. It seems like my pores are getting a little bit more relaxed every year. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about some of my favorite drugstore foundations that I love and adore, and I feel like they deserve a mention. Some of these drugstore foundations I have been wearing for a year. Some of them I've been wearing for more than a year. I want to bring all of them together in this video and share them with you, just in case you're looking for the perfect foundation for combination skin, more oily on the T-zone, drier everywhere else. If you have over 40 kind of mature skin and your combination skin, I think that you may find some of these options very, very good. So let's get on with it. Let's get moving. First, I wanted to mention I do enjoy wearing stick foundations, and this one I've been enjoying a lot lately. This is the Revolution Makeup Stick Foundation. I really like how it melts into the skin. It looks like it's super pigmented, which it is. And what I do is I use this with a beauty blender. I don't really use it with brush because I feel like a brush gives you a fuller, thicker coverage. With a beauty blender, I feel like it gives you the perfect coverage, and it's a little bit on the dewy side. It is not matte at all. On my skin, it looks dewy, but it is not oily. It doesn't feel oily, even though it is very creamy. I do set this foundation though. Usually I try not to set my foundations as much, but for this foundation, because it's a creamier consistency, I do set, but I do like the dewiness of it. Sometimes it comes through when I powder my face, the dewiness still comes through. Color range is not huge, and I had a hard time picking this color. I actually got this online, and I don't know, some days I have a really good day with finding my right shade, and some days I don't. I feel like with this one, it's a little bit lighter, but it is still a very close shade to me. This is F8. I could probably go one more shade darker, but I feel for my winter shade, this is a great shade. Again, I'm swatching this on my hand. It's not a very good representation of what my face looks like. My face is a little bit lighter than my hand because I don't tan as much on my face. So it's not very good match to my hand, but it's a lot better on my skin. And once I put the bronzer and the blush and everything, it just comes together. So the next foundation that I wanted to talk about is the Maybelline foundation. This is Better Skin Super Stay Better Skin Foundation. I'm wearing this shade Warm Nude. It's number 30. It has sunscreen. It has SPF 15. It is a little bit on a drier side. If you apply this with a foundation brush, it goes on very thick, and I feel like it's a medium to full coverage. It does stay on all day. You do need to wear a pore minimizer to use this foundation, and you do want to hydrate your skin really well though with this foundation, because like I said, it's a little bit on the drier side. As you can see, the color is pretty good. Actually, it's a pretty good match. It's a great foundation if you want an everyday foundation and you want something that would be more suited for oilier T-zone, or if you have a little bit oilier skin, I think you would really like that one. These are still my favorite after all these years. I'm still using these. And this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in shade 104, and this is Infallible Pro Glow in shade 203. I love using these together, half and half. I used one pump of this, or one squeeze of this, and one squeeze of this, and mix it together, applied with a beauty blender. It's the perfect mixture together. I don't know why L'Oreal doesn't put them together and just make a new foundation that would be perfect. Or maybe they have already, I don't know. But these two together is magic. It actually really stays matte in the T-zone if you have T-zone that is oily, and it stays nice and beautiful on the dry areas. So if you have a combination skin, mixing those two together is magical. I'm going to swatch these side by side so you can see the difference. So I'm going to put on the Pro Glow. Actually, I should probably shake it more. So I'm going to put on the Pro Glow foundation on one side. You can see it's a little bit runny too. And when you blend it out, it looks pretty full coverage. It really does do the job of covering everything. I really, really love this. I feel like I put a little bit too much. Let me just kind of take away some of this. This is definitely a full coverage. It's very dewy. It never dries down to a matte at all. So now I'm gonna put on the Infallible Pro Matte. And then you can see side by side, they are very, this one is very matte. And it runs actually a little bit more yellow on my skin. The naming is so different. So if you go to the store, because this was a 203 for me and this was a 104. I feel like 203 is too beige for my skin. I would have to go back and get another one once I'm done with this one to get a color that is a little bit more yellow. But the Infallible Pro Matte 104 is a pretty good match to me. But you can see already, I haven't even put this on for like 2 minutes. Already you can see how matte this is as opposed to the Glow, but Pro Glow. But then when you mix them together, it's the perfect combination. So that's the difference. This is very matte and it dries down. You don't even need to set your skin with a powder if you wear this by itself. If you don't have very oily skin. And if you have very oily skin, you would very much enjoy this more than this because this would probably not work out for you. But if you have very oily skin, the Pro Matte, Infallible Pro Matte by L'Oreal is a great way to kind of tame the oil on your skin. If you have a very super dry skin, I would go with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. But then if you have a skin like mine, which is combination skin, mixing them together, it gives you best of both worlds. The other foundation that I really enjoy and I feel like it's the best drugstore foundation is the Covergirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. I have the shade M30, which is a perfect shade for me. I really love this foundation. It's not too dewy, it's not too matte. Even though it says it's matte, it's not drying at all. It doesn't cling into fine lines and pores. It just looks amazing. It's a medium coverage to full coverage. You can definitely build it up. It looks like, I put a lot, it looks pretty thick, but it really blends truly beautifully, especially blending it with a beauty sponge, or even I've tried it with a brush and it works really well. It doesn't get streaky, it doesn't blend weird. It works really well if you have enlarged pores, fine lines. I haven't had any trouble with this accentuating anything. It looks a little bit dewy because it's still wet, but once it dries down to more of a satin to me, not too matte. It doesn't feel too matte to me, and it just looks beautiful. This Covergirl foundation is a really great foundation for anyone with a combination skin. Even if you have a little bit dryness, dry skin, I think you'll enjoy this foundation a lot. I would say it's one of the top ones that I would really recommend. So definitely pick this up if you haven't tried this. It's a really good foundation. And let me know in the comment section below if you have tried any of these foundations, what you think of it. If you have any other foundation recommendations that you have been loving as far as drugstore goes, let me know and let us all know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what's working for you, and maybe if I haven't tried, I'd love to pick it up. So last foundation is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Foundation SPF 15. This foundation comes with a sponge, which I took out because I didn't like the way it applied. But if you are looking for something that would be sheer, this is a great foundation to pick up if you haven't. It's not super dewy, it's not too matte, it looks amazing on the skin. It just gives you the most fresh, beautiful skin. I do set this foundation with powder just because in my T-zone, I usually set my foundation if it's not matte. So I do set this foundation. I like the color. The color for me is a natural beige 120A. So I like it. It's not too yellow. Even though I tend to go for more yellow foundation, this is more of a beige tone, but it does look really good with my skin tone. I really love the formula of this. Even though it says SPF 15 though, I personally put another layer of sunblock underneath my foundation. Wet n Wild has come out with some really awesome products, and I really feel like they did a great job with this one, and it's cruelty free, so it's amazing. This concludes my best foundations for mature skin over 40. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If this was helpful to you, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section if you have any holy grail kind of foundations, drugstore foundations that you cannot keep secret. Just let me know in the comment section below, and if I haven't tried it, I would love to try it out, and you can help everyone else out by saving them a lot of money. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.